Hello and thank you. I'm Charlotte Street, your host. I'm here with my son Lance, and we're here today with Lively Living. We're going to be discussing a great topic today, and we're just going to talk about what's going on today with the show. So, how are you, sweetheart? How's
I
everything
am
going?
awesome. How are you?
I'm great. Lance, so what we're going to do is that we're really going to talk about healthy eating with single mom with kids. I know that my son has gone through some interesting health issues, and because of that we had to really change how he would eat. So a lot of that affected him with he had a tumor and heart condition, and he really was going through a great deal of health issues, and we really didn't know how that was going to turn out. But because of a great deal of wonderful treatment that we had, and holistic treatment that we had also that was absolutely phenomenal, my son is here today. So I really want you to go in and talking to a lot of young people who are going through some major concerns in their life, how food really helped you to get through that, and how we're going to be sharing all of what we do on the SMWK Quick Meals.
Well, food is a very important thing in your diet, depending on what you're eating. You know, if you're eating a lot of junk food, it's not going to be fair. It's not going to really yeah. So that when I had my sickness, all the things that I had going on with the tumors and the active cancer cells, it really put interest in my diet, and what the doctor saw that what I was eating wasn't really it wasn't really appropriate for my diet, for my body.
Let us just say before that, Lance did have some issues, and he was saying how the food really wasn't helpful for his diet. It wasn't that it was a lot of sweets or junk food. It was certain fish that he was eating, also certain meats that he was eating, that we had to really change our whole way of eating and the foods that we had there for him. So once you had changed that diet, so a lot of shrimp and lobster, which we loved, we had to stop eating shrimp, lobster, tilapia, steaks, so a lot of red meat we couldn't, and we really wasn't a lot of red meat eater. But how did that affect you after you had eliminated all those things from your diet?
Well, after I eliminated all of them from my diet, I realized that I've been, instead of walking around feeling very drowsy and kind of tired more than I used to, I now I'm up and I'm more active, burst of energy, and now I'm wearing you out. So, but that really had the effect on my body and my diet and my attitude mostly also.
Right. Okay, so now tell children, we know that Lance was in and out of school, always getting sick at school. The nurses would call and no one knew what was going on, and they had stated that it was migraines, and from there it just expanded to he was having seizures, and which they say really wasn't seizures, but he would have, to me it was a seizure, how I can relate it. Then his whole body would then just
Collapse.
Yes, it would just break, and he would become unconscious for a long period of time. So after that, once we had gotten him the holistic treatment, which was these magnificent lights that they had placed on him, he was able then to stop the seizures, and then started to have like a brightness where it brought him. So what do you think that did? What did the lights do for you?
Well, the lights would basically regenerate the cells, the dead cells that were inside my body. They would bring them back, kind of like a reviving kind of. So it would reactivate the cells that would have to fight off those sicknesses because they were dead due to the sickness. So they would regenerate them, and they would all come back and start fighting off more of the sicknesses and making them go away or making them shrink. So
And so that helped you to feel better?
yes, yes it did.
That's wonderful. And he still has to go through the treatment continuously to still feel healthy. But how is it that now, as we're going into a cooking segment that we're going to be doing with him, how is it that you're able to tell other young children about food and how to eat? And he had to start learning how to really cook his meals and really create a healthier way of cooking with what he had. So what can you tell other young people that might be dealing with that, and how important it is to stay healthy by really knowing what to do with their food?
Well, there's no doubt that when the parents leave the house, we're always chewing on something that we're not supposed to be, but because I still do. But though we might have those cravings for something sweet or salty, we need to remember that our body can't take all of it all the time. So there are certain things, various of salads, healthy eatings that we do have to eat. And you can still have like a nice chicken with something healthy and make it very, very good and still make it flavorful and healthy. So there are many ways
without
to
having
without having like I get
sauces
the without we know kids don't really like to eat vegetables or a lot, so but you can make it into a very pretty looking presentation and a very flavorable food.
Okay. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start really going in and preparing meals that are really going to be quick and easy for the single mom with kids, which is our SMWK quick meals. And there we're going to show you how you're able to, in 15 or 30 minutes, to be able to cook these really beautiful, magnificent meals that your children are going to enjoy and you yourself are going to enjoy, and that you're not stuck in the kitchen. Because I know that as a single mom with kids, we're always busy. We're working 2 and 3 jobs, and we really want to be able to spend that time. But these are wonderful moments, and it's not just going to be, a lesson that we're going to be telling you what you need to do and how you need to do that, but they're memories that you're also creating. Because it was really wonderful that when Lance went through what he was going through, that treatment, it really brought us together as a family more of really being in the kitchen together. And I remember when I was young, how it was always a wonderful fragrance in the house because my mother was always cooking. So we really enjoyed that time of being in the kitchen, and that's really what we want to do. So for my single mom with kids, I really want you to be able to send me at the smwk.com. Send me all of your stories and pics of you and your children sharing moments in the kitchen, and then we're going to share some wonderful meal tips with you as well. So in a few minutes we're going to be able to do that, and you'll see how Lance is able to show you how to cook up some really fabulous and quick meals, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, I thank you very much for joining me today and sharing your story, and then you'll get to know more about him. So I deeply appreciate it. Thank you again. I am Charlotte Street, your host, and this is my son Lance, and we are Lively Living, and we hope to see you soon.